Danish Refugee Council (DRC) is a leading international NGO specialized in assisting people experiencing forced displacement. It builds sustainable futures for refugees and other displacement-affected people and communities, and works with authorities to promote human rights and peace. Mr. Green Africa (MGA) was founded in 2014 as an established operator of fair technology-driven recycling operations in post-consumer recycled PCR materials. It is supporting the fair recycling project by leveraging the capacity of integrated waste collectors, thereby improving their incomes and lives. MGA is working with over 2,500 waste collectors. It has created over 120 jobs and has recycled over 15,000 tons of plastic waste. MGA works closely with brand owners and third-party plastics manufacturers to develop and execute three-way offtake agreements for high-quality PCR, helping fast-moving consumer goods manufacturers and others realize their sustainable packaging goals by accessing ethically sourced, locally produced PCR. Unilever is one of the world's largest manufacturers of fast-moving consumer goods, established over 100 years ago. They are known for their great brands, and they believe that doing business the right way drives superior performance. Unilever has continuously leveraged its influence in plastic packaging to support the Fair Recycling project in building a sustainable business case through indirect procurement of MGA's recycled plastic and advocating for responsible business conduct activities. This has contributed towards a fair and formal recycling ecosystem. Danida Market Development Partnerships (DMDP) is a Danish government project that has partnered with commercial and non-commercial actors from private sector, civil society and public authorities. Its goal is to catalyze local economic activity, market development and unleash business potential, leading to employment and income opportunities in the Danish priority countries. The project contributes to Sustainable Development Goals 8 and 17. DMDP provided funding for the Fair Recycling project.
Waste recycling nilianza 2017, hapo ndio nilianza kufanya kitu inaitwa garbage collection.
Hii ni job inakuwaga associated na machokora. Ni job chafu.
But John alitufunza na akatueleza kuwa hiyo kazi sio ya machokora peke yake.
First of all, we ban that term chokora. The words you use devalue a person and brings and minimizes them. So how we refer to waste collection should be changed.
DRC wali to prepare holistically kuingia hii biashara.
Solid waste is a major problem in main towns and large urban centers. For example, in Kenya, Nairobi County generates over 2,400 tons of garbage per day. This was projected to increase to 3,200 tons per day by the year 2022. Out of this, 68% is domestic waste.
Hii plastic hatukuwa tunaona kama ni kitu ya dhamana, ama ni kitu inaweza kuwa kama kazi.
Hizi vitu tuko tunazipiga mateke tukienda. Ulikuwa unakunywa soda unatupa plastic. Kumbe hii plastic ni gold na hatukuwa na habari.
The daily collection of garbage for the Kenyan capital city is currently about 1,500 tons per day. This means that about 60% of generated waste ends up at the dump sites. This leaves the city with an equivalent of 40% of unsightly mounds of waste, most of which is non-biodegradable plastic material. This waste is not only harmful to the environment, but also poses a health hazard. To start with, waste recycling is informal and carried out at a very low level. In fact, most of Kenya's recycled waste is either done through downcycling, open recycling, or cascaded recycling.
Kwa takataka zenye mimi huokota, mimi huingia kwa manyumba, tunaingia kwa nyumba tunachukua waste yenye imebakia watu wakishapika, machupa zenye zimeharibika, hizo machuma, yani waste yote ile imebaki, mimi nakuja nakuja na segregate, na chukua ile kitu inafaa kuuzwa, ile kitu inafaa kutupa, naenda naipeleka mahali inafaa kama holding point na maisha inasonga. Kwa plastic kuna anachukuanga type 2 ama type 3, naweza chukua PVC, hizo ni kama pipe, hizo pipe ama zile paper karatasi. Pia kuna zile plastic zinaitwa PET, hizo ni hizi chupa quencher, na pia kuna plastic zile hard plastic, pia hizo nachukuanga.
Approximately 10% of the generated waste is recycled, with the rest ending up in rivers and other undesignated places. This falls far short of the target of 80% set by the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA. The poor waste management in Nairobi is replicated in other counties. It was to address this growing health and environmental challenge that the Fair Recycling Project was established. The 3-year project, which was funded by Danida Market Development Partnerships (DMDP), was started in 2021. The focal point of the pilot plan was Nairobi County and Turkana County in Kenya's northern region, and home to one of the largest refugee camps known as Kakuma, the small town where the camp is situated.
The reason why we started, we had done our analysis and our surveys within our DRC Global Strategic Plan for the next 5 years regarding greening, of course, conservation and environment. And we realized that in the urban setups, the persons who were much engaged in the informal sector of waste management were basically the marginalized and refugees who had no access to proper setups. And I think the issue for us was to enable them get decent collection modality. And we were happy to work with Mr. Green Africa and Unilever, who came with more business approaches, which we believed once we engage in, we'll be able to come up with a result and also get a sustainable mechanism.
Fair Recycling Project is something new. It's a partnership between Mr. Green, Unilever and DRC, the Danish Refugee Council. And the idea was how to formalize this waste picking so that the waste pickers get the benefit of it. And because DRC focuses a lot on refugees, it's also how to incorporate refugees in this cycle or in the value chain of plastic recycling. Because it's a great opportunity to earn wages, and for me, why it's called the Fair Recycling Project is to make sure that anybody in waste collection is receiving a fair price, fair treatment, and obviously making sure they're also valued.
This collaboration, it's a game changer, and it's the first of its kind where humanitarian sector within the waste management sector is working together with the private sector. And so this collaboration has successfully seen waste collectors or the vulnerable groups, vulnerable communities gaining access to markets, gaining access to sort of a business and a working business environment for their products.
Tuliweza kupatana na watu wa Danish wakadufunza kuhusu plastic. Walituambia tujiweke pamoja ndio waweze kudufunza kuhusu aina ya plastic. Lakini wakati niliweza kuingia kwa hiyo mafunzo, niliweza kusaidika, niliweza kujua aina ya plastic, na tukaoneshwa mahali mtu anaweza uza. Tumejifunza vitu vingi kukiwemo biashara, tukafunzwa jinsi ya kuweza kusave pesa hata ile kidogo yenye mtu anapata.
Sasa wa DRC walikam kwanza, wakatoka kwa class, wakatutrain, wakatuonyesha the importance of plastic collection, and then wakatupeleka center ingine, wakakutuonyesha mali zina mali tunapeleka tunauza. Singeamini, I could not imagine kupeleka plastic mahali unapatiwa pesa. Kitu ya muhimu sana kwa DRC ile kitu walifanya, ni kutu enlighten ya kwamba hii ni kazi kama ile kazi ingine. And you know what? On top of that, kuokota plastic, hakuna mtu alijua kutabea fruits ya members of the group kupata vocational trainings.
Venye hao watu walikuja kutufundisha kutengeneza sabuni, kutengeneza mafuta, kutengeneza, hiyo ndio ilituma tujue DRC, hata si tulikuwa tunajua. Ndio sasa tukakuja tukauliza maswali kwa mama anaenda Gaboma, takataka nini, vitu kama hizo. Siku hiyo nilikuwa na kibanda tunaendelea na biashara zangu. Hapo ndio kuna wale tulifundishwa maneno ya sabuni, mafuta ya kujipaka. Na DRC tu nilituma nijue juu kama si au na DRC singejua kutengeneza sabuni na mafuta na nini. Hata ya kupika tulionyeshwa venye unaweza tengeneza salad na ufanye nini na uendelee na maisha.
Nilifurahi sana, nikaanza kusomea mambo na computer, the basics of computer. Sasa niko na speed mzuri ya kutype, naweza shika mouse vizuri na pia naweza prepare PowerPoint presentation. Pia nikafunzwa kuhusu graphic designs, na hiyo yote ni kupitia fair recycling.
Wamenipeleka computer classes, nimesoma business skills, nimesoma, nimeget boosted to a business, so niko na run pale ka shop. So hiyo skills yenye niliget, actually niko na after nilimaliza hizo classes nilibuy computer exactly, so niko na weka vitu zangu pale. So kila knowledge nilipatio, mambo na emailing, mambo na tukafundishwa mambo na framing, vile mtu anaweza kuweka vitu zake na kutengeneza mapicha. So ma decoration, mambo na invitation letters zote.
To date, the project has benefited 4,397 waste collectors, both Kenyans and refugees. Its introduction has seen the successful integration of informal and marginalized waste collectors into formalized plastics recycling value chain and contributed to environmental conservation.
DLC has supported a number of activities, not just the recycling activity. They also support peace building, which is a very critical component of the work that is done within the camp. Remember that without peace and without security, we cannot even be able to run the camp. So DRC supports some of those activities, and I'm sure they have done quite good work on that.
Sasa wakati nimefika hapa, tulianza mradi wa hii plastic. Tulianza kuokota, tunaweka sehemu. Wakati tumeanza kuweka sehemu, tulikuwa hatuna mtu wa kununua. Wakati mwanzo tulikuwa tunachoma, kwa habari tulikuwa tunajitolea, tunafanya usafi hapa kwa kambi. Baada ya DRC ikatuletea wateja wakuwa wanatununulia. Tulipo hata hao wateja, nilikuwa na watu kama 25. Au watu tumepata kunufaika vizuri kwa habari. Huu mradi umeleta amani kwa kambi. Hata wamama saa hii watoto wanasoma, wamama wamepata pesa, wanafanya biashara ya mboga mboga kwa soko. Wengine wanauza samaki kwa ajili ya huyu mradi.
Through this project and raising awareness, we're seeing more women coming in as they're seeing it as an opportunity to earn money to support their families. Right now, 35% of our suppliers are women, and that is growing. And we're seeing women's groups doing it. And what has really been a barrier of entry for women has been the nature of the work. So what Mr. Green has always done from day one, which can make it harder for a recycling company, is to make sure we offer a steady and fair price to waste pickers. Mr. Green offers a premium of up to 20 to 30% compared to any other recycler who buys directly from waste pickers. But more so with that, we also have loyalty programs where if waste pickers keep coming, they earn more money.
Imeweza kunisaidia kwa sababu kitambo nilikuwa nauza type moja. Sasa hizi nauza type zote. Sasa hata hiyo type moja ikikuja nikiuza na hizi zingine nikizichukua, nikiziuza zote napata pesa mingi. Na hiyo pesa imenisaidia. Kama niko na mwanafunzi university saa hizi, nimevuruta maji kwa plot. Nimefanya tu kazi mingi sana.
DRC kaendelea kututraining food training, jinsi tutakuwa tunaenda huko kwa community kuogota plastiki tusitume watoto. Hapo sasa tukaanza kupata faida sisi wa mama. Tukaanzisha biashara.
The benefits are many, but the key things we've noted is one, the reduction of diseases. We know that solid waste and diseases like malaria and cholera, which are vector-borne, they are interrelated. So once these campaigns of creating a clean community started, we've had a significant reduction in cases reported to local health facilities related to these diseases. And most importantly, some community members have started to identify the importance of using recovering materials from waste and reusing them to generate income.
The role that the association played in the fair recycling project was that of creation of awareness and also bringing the players together. We were also supporting the training part where the organizations needed to know the destination of particular materials, in this regard plastic. I would say the project has been very successful in terms of reaching out to far-flung areas. I was particularly involved in the activities in Kakuma, which is the very, very northern part of the country. And considering the challenges that such an area would have in terms of communication with the industrialized zone, which is the capital city, I would say that the project has gone out of its way to make sure that even those players that are outside of the urban coverage have been reached.
So the project, the fire recycling project in Kakuma, has made a significant impact in terms of fostering peaceful coexistence between the refugees and the host community. One, it created employment opportunities. So by creating employment opportunities and generation and an income generating activity for recycling initiative, where the project provides financial benefits to both the refugees and the host community members.
Even of greater impact has been the response by refugees at Kakuma and the host community in Turkana. Besides creating awareness among the refugees and the local community, both groups have benefited markedly from this project.
Kweli, hii mradi amekuja kutusaidia sisi. Ya kwanza, cleaning ya town. Hakuna kitu inapatikana pale. Ya pili, inatusaidia kwa sababu ya wanafunzi. Ile kumbukumbu hiyo ile tunapata inasaidia kwa vitabu ya mtoto kwa vikalamu. Ya tatu, inatusaidia kwamba hospitali hii plastiki ndio inalipa. Hiyo kumbukumbu hiyo makilo yetu ile tunapata ndio tunalipia hospitali. Pia kama una kazi, kama wewe ni mtu tu hauna kitu ya kutegemea, ukiogota hiyo ndio unapata hiyo pesa, alafu ndio unanunulia watoto jioni chakula.
The project has greatly helped to improve the lives of the beneficiaries. Today, these beneficiaries are enjoying increased incomes, decent jobs created through this project, technical training, health insurance, child labor protection, school bursaries and dignity kits.
Vile tumetureniwa kwamba watoto wadogo hiyo ni hatia, hakuna kwa hii program hii. Wewe mtu mzima ndio unaenda kurogota hiyo plastiki hiyo.
MGA has provided training for collector agents, mentorship and coaching support, operated a loyalty program, established 21 aggregator sites, directly paid over 25 million shillings to waste collectors. They have zero tolerance policy to child labor and train waste collectors on child protection. It has promoted responsible business conduct (RBC), health and safety, and provided PPEs.
Wakati tulianza hiyo mikakati ya kushughulikia hawa watoto, ilifika mahali penye walisema tu identify wazazi wao. Tuka identify wazazi pia na watoto. Na DRC imetusaidia sana juu after that walianza kuweka hawa mama kwa kuna mentorship yenye waliwaweka, watoto pia wakaitwa wakafanywa counseling na wakarudishwa shule.
Child protection is a significant component of the fair recycling project, especially within the dump sites.
158 children have benefited from the program, and we have actually provided several supports. Some of the supports we have provided is we paid school fees for those children who are not going to school, and even those who are going to school, who used to go to school, those who are not able to, parents who are not able to pay school fees for their children, we actually cleared the balances, and some we paid upfront just to ensure these children are going to school without fail. We also provided counseling, individual counseling to some children whom we felt they are mostly they're mostly abused with the community or other relatives. And we also bought uniforms for some of them, just to ensure they don't go to school without uniforms.
To enhance better working conditions for the beneficiaries, they were provided with personal protective equipment, better known as PPEs. Overall, this has also contributed to the country's environmental conservation through sustainable waste management.
DRC, as our partner, have a role, and they have actually done it positively since the launching of the project. That is mobilizing and connecting us with the aggregators, the host community, and providing access to those aggregators in the host community. And again, they have helped us in fencing, temporarily fencing it. They bought the shady net and some iron sheet which were used for the facility, and they were helpful.
MGA has trained and created jobs for 1,652 waste collectors. They have created 38 groups to strengthen sourcing networks and waste collectors' formalization process. It has partnered with Turkana Christian Development Mission, TCDM, to set up a materials recovery facility in Kakuma camp, where it has trained beneficiaries from refugee and host communities to collect and shred waste plastic for transportation to MGA facility.
The support from DRC has gone to support communities on livelihood and also to create employment. And so we feel that is the first thing. And second thing, which has also been felt, is the aspect that the waste has now reduced, the plastics. We have locations where they are designated, so there is payment for those who are collected. So it has increased the household income and the opportunity for the young people and the women.
How is Turkana County implementing the Sustainable Waste Management Act 2022?
Turkana County is working towards the implementation of Sustainable Waste Management Act by planning to do legislation's alignment so that the local law in the county gets to be in harmony with the national frameworks. The Directorate is determined to finish the construction of the Plastic Collection and Reuse Center, which is now at 60%. The Directorate has been working closely with the community members to ensure that they are directly involved in waste management. The county also ensures that waste collection and transportation systems are efficient and cover all areas, including remote areas.
Apart from business startup kits, the beneficiaries have gained business development skills and capacity to start and sustain community savings and loan associations, CSLA.
Kitu ingine imenifanyia, imenipea elimu mingi. Juu kama mimi sikuwahi jua jinsi ya kusevu pesa, lakini kupitia plastic tuliweza kupatana na walimu wakadufunza na ndio nikaweza kuelewa.
I normally save small amount every day, and my target is that I want to start my own business. So the way you see I sacrifice for the plastic, I collect that small amount, is that one day I want to have my own business. That is my target. And I believe from the plastics that the simple work that I do, as collecting the plastics and selling that 350 per day, 400, I know it will take me somewhere.
Mr. Green Africa and Unilever will continue to sustainably manage the project going forward.
We have come towards the end of the project, and we are happy as we progress that our Go Green organizational principle in DRC is gaining momentum because the project, and we will be able to have more partners also get attracted to ensuring that we together make the environment clean.
Mimi upande wangu imenisaidia, imenifundisha mambo mingi juu kama saa hizi nilikuwa nachukuanga pesa kwa Mr. Green nikipima nayo plastic. But hii mwaka nilisema nataka kujaribu kufanya peke yangu. Hata saa hizi mzigo yenye nanunua na pesa yangu. Na DRC ndio wamefanya nikajua biashara ni nini.
The Fair Recycling Project has contributed significantly to a clean environment. Recycling plastics reduces pollution across the ecosystem, such as water bodies, soil, plants, and wildlife. It requires less energy and helps in natural conservation.
Enye, sijui niseme nini, DRC siende. Wacha tu niseme hivyo, DRC siende. Hata kama wanaweza shikana na nini ingine isiende, kwa sababu projects nyingi zimekuja, watu wadhamini wengi wamekuja Korokocho, lakini DRC ni moja imeonekana kazi ile imefanya in community.
Ninashukuru Mr. Green na DRS na DCM wametuletea au huyu mteja wa kutununulia. Saa hii tuko sawa.
The beneficiaries and coordinators of this initiative express their gratitude to the partners DRC, MGA, Unilever and DMDP for funding this project that has significantly changed the lives of waste collectors in Kakuma camp and the informal settlements in the Nairobi metropolitan area. From waste plastic to reusable plastic, the Fair Recycling Project: reuse, reduce and recycle with dignity.